Alright guys, so we're going to do a recipe with chicken thighs today. So you're going to need chicken thighs, long grain and wild. You're only going to need about a cup of this. You need a can of beef consomme, French onion soup. You're going to need garlic. You can use powder or salt. Casserole dish, and you're going to need about a half a stick of butter. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to preheat our oven to 350, and we are going to spray our casserole dish. Alright guys, so I have sprayed out my dish. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take about a cup of rice. Mine's a little more than a cup, but we're just going to pour it in the bottom of our dish. We're just going to spread it out, all just like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our can of French onion soup. Pour it all over the rice. Just like that. Alright guys, now we're going to pour in our can of beef consomme. Just all over it. Just like that. Alright guys, now we're going to stir it. Just kind of move the onions around. Alright. I'm going to add a little bit of granulated garlic. Not a ton, just enough to kind of season it a little bit. Just like that. And then I'm going to stir it again. Just to make sure that the garlic is good and seasoned. Alright. Next we're going to add in some butter. Alright guys, so now I'm going to add in my butter. I use these so that you don't have to cut up butter every time. Just throw in a couple. Just kind of all over your dish. I'm going to throw in probably 6 just to kind of make sure that it's well. And then we're going to place our chicken directly on top. So I'm just going to put my thighs just kind of like this on the butter. And I did cut off all of my nasty bits. Just like that. Now I'm going to wash my hands, and then our last step is going to be to sprinkle on our onion seasoning. Alright guys, I realized that I forgot an important part of my ingredients. I forgot my brown gravy. So I always sprinkle brown gravy and lift it over the chicken. It took me a minute. I was like, what am I missing? So first I'm going to do this. Just right on top. Just like so. And then I add a little bit of brown gravy, and that really just kind of thickens it up a little bit. And it just kind of adds to it. I wouldn't even say a whole packet, because I'm really just kind of adding to it to kind of give a thickness to it. So I would even say maybe just like a half a packet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cover this with foil, and then we're going to cook it for an hour and a half. Alright guys, so I have it set to 350. It is covered with foil, and we are just going to now put it in the oven. Alright, and we're going to cook it for an hour and a half. Alright guys, so this has been in for an hour and a half, and it is done. Let's uncover it and see how it looks. Oop, you know, steam burns. Ta-da! Your rice is done. Your chicken is hot. The thighs look amazing. You're just going to let it sit for a second. Don't burn your hand like I almost did as you take the thing off. But you have an easy, no peak bake that smells and tastes amazing. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe.